It's time for baseball on a Friday night on the south side of Chicago. Tonight, the first of this 3-game weekend series. A left-handed Floridian will get the starting assignment. What do we need to know here, EK?
Well, guys, you can see there, he's been very dependable all year long. He's making his 30th start here in this one.
High fly ball out to straightaway center. Gomez is there, and it's a first pitch out to start the ball game. With that, here's a look at Terry Francona's Tribe starting 9. What's the key for them to win this series opener, Steve?
You know, these guys fall out of bed every morning and hit. They're leading the league in hits right now, so that really makes it tough on an opposing defense and a pitching staff. So if they just keep the approach that they've had so far, they're golden.
Well, if you stay out of the middle, you'll have a chance, but neither of these teams are going to miss a fat pitch down Broadway. And he just drives this into left for a base hit.
He's set. Here it comes. Fly ball out toward left center field. Sands is there. And that's the second out of the inning.
Batting fourth,
Kendrys Morales will dig in now, and he, like many others, was held hitless in the shutout yesterday afternoon.
Well, when you have a rough day at the plate, it's all about letting it go. You can't dwell on it for too long.
Runners going. Pitch inside the throw, and he'll be tagged out at second base, trying to get into scoring. Brett Anderson will be on the mound for the series opener. What do you have for us on him, EK?
Well, Matty, in his last start, he went 6 innings. Didn't have a favorable outcome, ended up taking the loss, but he was relatively decent. We'll look to build on that here.
Throw by Sandoval is in time, 1 away. Carlos Gomez will stand in for the first time now, hoping to break out of this little 7-game dry spell at the plate. And he gets ahead with the curveball. Strike 1. Eric, we take a look at the Tribe as they begin here tonight. They have not been playing their best baseball of late as they've dropped 4 of their last 5.
And they come off of what was overall an unsuccessful homestand. You can't afford to have a losing record when you're playing in your own building, so they're going to need to turn it around because they've got a tough stretch of road games coming up.
And a curveball to begin the at-bat, 0-1. You got to figure that man right there would be more than happy to see this guy at the plate taking his swings with 2 out and no. Well, the play's been made, and that retires the side. Kendrys Morales will dig in now. 1 home run shy of 20 for the season so far.
Kendrys Morales.
Into the seats, 0-1. The windup and the 0-1. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. And Eric, you take a look at the White Sox entering play here tonight. They come in looking to make it 2 in a row as they were winners last time out.
Yeah, and I can tell you from experience, big losing streaks, 0 fun. You start getting uptight, you're not sleeping well, you start worrying about, am I even going to be in the lineup tomorrow? So that win in their last game should help loosen them up a little bit.
Ooh, he saws him off with that one. And the throw is not going to be in time as he's able to reach base safely.
And you know, guys, sometimes it's just better to be lucky than good. I mean, if the pitcher can't get this thing, you figure it's going to take a superhuman effort by anybody else behind the mound to make a play. And this one's going to go down as an infield single.
Michael Morse will dig in now, knowing he'll need to turn it on here down the stretch if he wants a chance at claiming that batting title.
Here's a guy who's in the conversation for batting title, and over his last 10 games, he's hit over .330.
Now a check swing, but he holds up in time, ball 1. And now we'll take a moment here at home plate as he asks for time. May have gotten a piece of that one, but no matter, it's 1-1.
And you know what? These days, so many guys are throwing in the high 90s. It makes those mid to low 90s guys look easy. But I'll tell you what, if he mixes his pitches well, it can still be plenty fast to have to deal with.
Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. There to take it is Abreu, and that's out number 2. Pablo Sandoval set to take his first cuts with a man at first and 2 away.
Yeah, and he's going to have to find a gap to give that man on first a chance to score.
And he commits to the pitch inside, and he definitely went around. That's strike 1. Hot shot on the ground is short. Backhanded. Throw on to second for the force, and the side is retired. So no runs on a hit here, no errors. Todd Frazier steps in now, just hoping for something to go his way. And as you can see, that has not been the case in recent days. Swing and a little tapper. And reined in, 1 away.
Batting fifth, second baseman.
So with 1 away, let's give you a look at the standings in the American League's Central Division as you see where these two teams find themselves entering our ball game here today. Brett Laurie will stand in, 1 for 4 with a double in yesterday's ball game.
Well, guys, one good game does not a season make. He's been hitting under 250 over his last 10 games, so hopefully he's figured something out.
That evens it up, 1-1. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Tries to go the other way as this is hit in the air down the right field line. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now. Avisail Garcia will come forward now as we give you a look at his home and away splits so far this year. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. To first, Morales comes up with it, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Number 12.
Leading off for Cleveland,
First pitch on its way. Couldn't quite hold back that time as the changeup fooled him for strike 1. Here's a late swing and a miss, strike 2.
Yeah, when that's upstairs like that, that's a pitch you gotta leave alone and make him bring something down.
High in the air out to center field. Gomez has a read on it, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. Number 17 will get his first opportunity now. 14 home runs to his credit so far this year. In tight here with the first pitch fastball that's 1-0. And did he go around? No, he did not. Ball 2. Hard liner toward short. And that's into the outfield for a 1-out base hit.
now batting,
Julio Carrara will get a second crack at it here. He flied out to lead off the ball game.
Not really a good at-bat there. Forget getting out, but he didn't see any pitches as well.
Try to bunt his way on base here, but this will roll foul. Runners on first with 1 down. Fastball misses inside. It's even at 1. hit to first. Taken in by Abreu. One there. On to first, but not in time as he's in there ahead of the throw.
Well, you could have put the first base bag out in the outfield grass on this play. You're not going to double this guy up. He's too fast. Still, a pretty good job of at least getting that lead runner at second base.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Sands on the move. He gets there to make the play, and that ends the inning. One left for the Tribe. Home half. Jerry Sands will come forward to begin the inning. 7, 8, and 9 to start the home third.
And they're still searching for a base runner. It's been 6 up, 6 down to start the game.
First delivery to him on the way. Now Anderson right back after it here as he jumps ahead of the leadoff man. 0-1. And he falls behind 0-2. The 0-2 home. Chop foul at the plate, and we'll do it again. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning. Striding into the box, Kevin Smith. He'll get to take his first cuts here.
Kevin Smith.
Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. 0-1 count and the pitch. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. The White Sox are still looking to break into the hit column here. And a half-hearted attempt that time, but they'll say he broke the plane, and that's out number 2. David Trejo will stand in now with 2 away, trying to avoid another 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah, this has been total domination these past few innings. They haven't been able to mount any kind of threat whatsoever.
Hit the other way out toward right field. Waiting on it, the right fielder, and the inning is over. Down in order go the White Sox. Nigel Belcher is ready here as we begin the top of the fourth.
Well, they still don't have it, so getting this leadoff man on base would be huge.
Drilled to the right side. Throw to first in time. 1 gone here in the fourth.
The batter,
Kendrys Morales stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out. Hard liner to center field. He'll take this in without much trouble, and 2 are gone here to start the fourth.
now batting,
Number 24 stands in. And here's a ball hit in the air after it is eaten, but this will wind up being a foul ball. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. Chop foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. Hit hard back up the middle, and the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit.
now batting,
Into the box now, Michael Morse. He flew out in his last at-bat. Grounded down the third baseline, but a foul ball here, 0-1. The 0-1 delivery. And no swing, apparently. Ball 1. 1-2 as the changeup had him out in front there. Runner goes for second. Out in front of that one. May have been looking fastball. Good job just to make contact. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Hit high and deep to right center. Looking up is Eaton. And that one is out of here. A two-run shot that gives them the lead. So it's a two-run shot to right center. 24 home runs for him on the season. And with it, the Indians have taken a 2-0 lead. Pablo Sandoval started to go around, but it's a called strike. 0-1. 416 feet, the estimate on that last home run. Now a fastball here, not close, and it's 1-1 now. And he lays off for a ball. 2-1.
Yeah, and he's got to be careful not to give up yet another home run here in this inning. So you can see they're approaching with caution here.
Line to the right side. And a backhanded reach at first, but he can't flag it down. Number 12 will dig in. 0 for 1 in the ballgame. From the stretch. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. Indians get a couple of runs here on the strength of this two. Adam Eaton will stand in to begin their half of the fourth, with his guys still looking for their first hit of the ballgame.
And still looking for their first base runner, too. 9 up, 9 down.
And he takes a cold strike. 0-1. Just got a piece to the right side. To his left, Morales. And he'll take this to the bag. 3 unassisted for the first out.
Up next for Chicago.
So the bases are empty with one man gone. And standing in, the speedy Carlos Gomez. Hit hard up the middle. A dive, but he can't get it. It's through into the outfield. Jose Abreu stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out. Breaking ball for a strike. 0-1. There goes the runner. Pitches a cold strike. The throw. Not in time as he steals second. A swinging bunt to the mound. In time to first, and there are 2 away. So there are 2 gone now in the White Sox fourth, and standing in a power threat in Todd Frazier, the third baseman. And he takes a pitch that's ruled a strike at the knees. Pretty liberal strike zone there. It's 0-1. Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind. 0-2. Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. A golden opportunity to get on the board. Here goes for naught. We return to Chicago after this. Number 17 steps into the box.
Leading off for the Indians, catcher, number 17.
First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike.
And we've seen guys swing at that four-seam riding fastball up in the zone. But you're never going to get on top of that thing when it's up that high.
Skied into straightaway right. Eaton is under it. 1 away.
Now batting.
So with the fly out there coming on the fastball, seems like an appropriate time to check out our pitch speed comparison for these 2 starters. And both guys have been coming with some low to mid 90s heat here. 96 versus 93 as the top 2 speeds thus far. Liner towards second. Throw on to first, 2 gone.
Now batting.
Eric Gonzalez will dig in now. A single and a fly out for him in 2 trips thus far.
And you know, I think he's had a good approach in each of his first 2 at-bats. He seems to be seeing the ball well and putting some decent swings on it.
Oh, had him chopping at that one. It's 0-1. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. 2 runs, 6 hits. No errors to this point for the Indians. Fly ball out toward right field. Eaton moves over. And that's the 3rd out. Indians go down 1-2-3. Brett Laurie comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the 5th.
And in a pretty close game so far, they'd love to see this guy get on base so they can get a rally started to get back in this thing.
The 0-1 pitch. And it's quickly 0-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And he lays off the curveball. Strike 3 called, and that's going to be out number 1. A little bit over halfway home tonight, bottom of the 5th, as we get a look at our line score to this point. And boy, just 1 hit for these guys, and they have not swung the bats well. That's putting it mildly. 0-1, here's the pitch. A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Oh, no, that screaming comebacker nailed him. No chance to make the play. Let's just hope he's okay on the mound.
Now batting,
Jerry Sands is into the box. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. And a bluff move here to first, but it won't draw a throw. Oh, much too tardy on the fastball. 1-1. High and deep to left center field. Belcher racing back, still going back. But he won't have a play. This is down and into the gap. Around third and being waved on home. And the run will score all the way from first. It's now a 2-1 ball game. So striding in, number 61, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Trying to hold the lead. Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
0-2, you got to shorten up. Find some way at least to put the ball in play. You can't afford a strikeout here with an important run out there at second base.
And another foul ball. And wow, tough to lay off the fastball there, but it's 1-2.
And I think that might have been a little bit of a purpose pitch right there up in the zone. Now I think he's going to come back down with something to try to get that strikeout.
now batting, shortstop.
David Trejo is next as he finds himself behind 0-1.
Boy, he has been a first strike throwing machine.
Hold on now, that ball is down and could score a run. Oh, and he misses the stop sign there as he heads for the plate. And he is in there. Adam Eaton will stride forward now. He's bounced out a couple of times already here in the ballgame. Drilled right back up the middle. And that's through into center field. Base hit. The throw home. And he's safe. Carlos Gomez steps in to try and now the runner at first following the RBI single.
And that's a nice job right there to drive in the run by the last guy, and it can definitely fire up a team when someone comes through big time with 2 outs.
And a curveball's in there, so he's quickly behind 0-2. Strike 3, and that'll put an end to a big end. Nigel Belcher will try it again. 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground ball thus far. And some stirring now in the White Sox bullpen as it looks like a right-hander's up and throwing. Into the windup and the pitch. Smoked on the ground up the middle. And that's a base hit. So a little first pitch swing in there as he's on to kick off the inning.
First baseman
Kendrys Morales will try things again. He's grounded out and lined out in 2 trips.
Yeah, he got solid contact on that line out, but it just didn't work out. In this game, you have to trust your approach. Eventually, it's going to pay off.
3-2's our score here in inning number 6. Shatters the bat as this is hit on the ground. The second for 1. On to first, and they turn the double play.
And for as quickly as the tying run gets on base, he's taken away here on the double play. Just a big pitch right there and a very good turn at second base to get them both.
Now a ball hit sharply toward third, and he goes to a knee to try to knock it down, but it's by him down the line. Michael Morse will stand in again as we flash you back here to the 4th inning. This was a 2-run home run that was definitely one of the big blows of the ball game to this point. You'll start him here with a changeup, but it's taken for ball 1.
Now you've got the tying run over at first, 2 away. He's going to be looking to try and find a gap right here and bring that guy all the way around to score.
Oh, and he had him guessing there, and it's a ball and a strike.
Yeah, just really jumping out at that last pitch. He had him thinking fastball, maybe even slider.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Hit hard to short. Scooped up, and he'll go the short way to retire the side. Jose Abreu will stand in again. A couple of groundouts for him on the ledger in his 2 trips so far.
Yeah, just sort of rolling over on it, guys. See if you can make a small adjustment and get through one here.
Hit hard on the ground to second. And a good effort on the dive that time, but this will get by him for a base hit. Todd Frazier will try it again. He's grounded out and struck out in 2 trips. Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1. Here's his swing, and just foul, says the umpire, and he was right on that one. Out in front of that one, but he stays alive and will do it again on 0-2. Pretty well struck high and deep to left field. Belcher going back on it, and a leaping effort at the wall, but it's in vain. A home run.
The batter, number 15, second baseman.
A 2-run homer that time for Todd Frazier. Number 25 for him on the year, and just like that, it's now a 5-2 ball game. Here's the 0-2. And he struck him out. Good pitch there as he registers his 8th punch out of the ball game. Avisail Garcia steps in, working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Oh, they think they may have gotten him again. This one's hit deep to left field, and for the second time in the inning, the gopher ball will come back to bite him. It's a home run.
Your attention, please.
Avisail Garcia with a solo home run. And even 20 home runs for him now thus far as they open it up to 6-2 now. Jerry Sands stands in as he looks at a called strike. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2. Right side hit hard. That's through for a base hit, his 2nd of the ball game.
He's good. Now batting,
Kevin Smith stands into the box. He's 0-for-2 so far in this one. Lays off 1-0. That one's going to find the seats. Strike 1. A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. And he is down on strikes again. So get your hats out. That's the 3rd strikeout of the game.
now batting, the shortstop.
David Trejo is at the plate here as he quickly finds himself down a strike. It's 0-1. Called strike 0-2. Tap foul at home plate. 3 runs already home here. In the air, out to right. Number 24 is going to have room out there as he puts this away to retire the side. So 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and a man left on. 7th inning. Back here on the south side of Chicago, White Sox on top in this one. But before we get out to the 7th, let's take a look at our game summary through the first 6. Hot shot towards the hole, and that's in there, a base hit. So they get the leadoff man on to open up the 7th inning. Number 12 will dig in for the 3rd time now. He started the evening 0 for 2 so far. Some action now in the White Sox bullpen. They'll stand up a lefty and a right-hander to throw. Now time called at the plate as he'll step out and try and start it again. Ronnie Rodriguez will come on to pinch hit now with a runner at first and nobody out.
Ronnie Rodriguez.
Grounded back up the middle. Flip of his glove for 1. And that didn't work out too well as the pinch hitter comes on to bounce into a double play. Number 17 will step in. He's singled in 2 trips thus far. Drilled on the ground to short. Trejo on the grass. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Nothing doing for the Indians there. They still trail here. It's 6-2. Ronnie Rodriguez will stay in the ballgame now as he comes on to play second here. Adam Eaton steps into the box as the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 7th.
And guys, this is the guy you want leading off this inning. He's your leadoff man, so maybe he can get things started, set the table for a little bit of a rout.
Alan Webster will get the ball now as he'll take over on the mound to start the home 7th. Adam Eaton is in to start things off as he looks at a ball to start the inning 1-0. Grounded up the first baseline. Morales fields it cleanly, and he'll take this to the bag of 3 unassisted for the first out. Carlos Gomez gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike 1. Dribbled to the right side. Gonna be a tough play. On to first, and there were 2 down. Jose Abreu digs in. He reached on a single and would later wind up scoring in his last at-bat. Took a little off, and it's in for a called strike 1. Chased a low ball there, and he's quickly down in the count 0-2.
And you kind of get the sense that he's not really messing around out there too much. There hasn't been a whole lot of setting guys up here in this inning. He's just trying to get himself back into that dugout as fast as he can.
Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. 1-2-3 go the White Sox. They lead it. Julio Carrara comes to the plate, and he'll start us off in the 8th.
You know, guys, I love a guy like this leading off an inning for you. He makes good contact, and he can run.
He pulls this one into right, but he will come on strong out there in right and pull this one down for the first out. An AL Central battle here in Chicago. The White Sox leading the Tribe in the 8th at U.S. Cellular as you get a look at our line score through the first 7 and change. Grounded to third. Frazier's up with it. On to first, and he's breezing through the 8th here with 2 quick outs. Nigel Belcher will stand in now with 2 away, needing to really get something started here.
And their chances of getting back into this ball game are growing dimmer by the batter.
Started to go down after it, and he couldn't hold back. It's strike 1. Chopped foul right at home plate. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Down in order go the Tribe. Todd Frazier off the bottom of the 8th inning.
Leading off for the White Sox, third baseman.
And, he can't get out of the way of that one, so the leadoff man will be on to open the frame. Out in front of it, strike one. Both teams have 9 hits on the scoreboard. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
Boy, he might be pressing his luck a little now. That's 2 straight pitches right down the middle.
Struck him out as his woes continue, as that's his 3rd strikeout of the game. Avisail Garcia is in with 1 away now as he swings and misses here at strike 1. Sent on the ground out to second, and that's through for a hit. And they'll have runners at the corners following the 1-out single.
Boy, if you want to draw up what a perfect hit and run looks like, use a tape of this at-bat right here. With the right-handed hitter up there, the second baseman's forced to go cover second. And this ball is just slapped right into the big hole that he just vacated. That's absolutely textbook right there.
He got him, and it'll probably take a base hit now to get that runner across from third. Kevin Smith will stand in, one of the few guys not to join the hit parade so far. Now a swing and a miss. Took something off that one, and it's strike 1. And here's a swing and a miss as he falls behind 0-2. And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. The hustle and bustle of downtown Chi-Town. Welcome back to U.S. Cellular Field and baseball on the show. Nate Jones will come on now, hoping to wrap this one up here in the top of the 9th. Kendrys Morales will be the first one to greet him here as he'll be forced to turn around and hit from the left side now.
When you're 0 for 3 in a game already, I think you're really happy to see a new pitcher in this ballgame. Maybe something will change for him.
1-0 pitch on the way. Well hit, but right into the teeth of the shift. And that is into right field, so the leadoff man's aboard here to kick off the 9th. Number 24 will stand in, working on a 3-hit ball game now. Ernesto Mitre will be summoned now to be the pinch runner.
Well, he's feeling very comfortable in the box, too, and that's pretty obvious. They might try to move him off the plate here a little bit or something.
And he takes ball 1. Nobody out, runner on first. Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. One and one, here it is. And he lays off a pitch down and away. Ball 2.
Looks like they're showing a bit more respect to that guy up there. And that's what a 3-for-3 ball game will do for you.
Now a swing, and he pops him up right up the chute. This may be tough behind the plate. And he's retired here, 1 away. Michael Morse gets another shot, and if you remember, he hit a round tripper back in the 4th. Here comes the first pitch. Trying to jam him with the first pitch slider, but it's in a bit too tight for ball 1.
Well, that's a pretty good spot to try and lock him up inside, but you know, he can turn on that location.
Meanwhile here, the throw down to second is not in time, and it's a stolen base. Down the third baseline, played on the backhand. And they'll slap the tag on him here in the rundown between second and third. Pablo Sandoval makes his way to the plate, needing to make something happen. They're down to their final out in the 9th inning. Vladimir Guerrero will come on now and pinch run here.
Yeah, it's not looking too good for him anymore, but you know what? There's no clock in this sport, and that's for good reason. You've got to fight for all 27 outs.
Now a swing, and he pops him up, and this should do it. And he'll make the catch here to end it, and the White Sox have taken the opener here at home as this ball game is over.
And that turns out to be a great start to this series for these guys as they take game 1 here in front of the home crowd.
And quite a lot of offense in this one, but if we had to highlight one guy that made the difference, there he is. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, no question he was a tough out up there. You see the...
It's Monday morning and welcome to Inside the Show. Starting in the American League Central, the Chi Sox sent 3 balls into the seats. Happy Friday, baseball fans. Welcome to Inside the Show. In the AL Central, Brett Anderson got the W, his 11th this season, leading Cleveland past the Royals 2-1. At the moment, the Royals are in last place in the AL Central. They trail by 8.5 games. The Indians are third in the division, 6 games out of first. The Detroit Tigers continued to beat teams now with 11 straight victories as they beat the White Sox on the south side 7-3. As of today, the White Sox sit in first place in the American League Central Division, 3.5 games ahead of second. The Tigers are second in the division. They're 3.5 games back. The Blue Jays amassed 14 hits in the game as they got the win in extra innings over the Orioles, 8-6. Right now, the Blue Jays sit in third place in the American League